Hey everybody, it's your friend Kevin, and this is your vibe of the day. All right, greetings, greetings, greetings. It's good to see you. I'm glad you're here. I hope you're glad you're here. Let's get right to today's message. Here we go. We pulled up the card of Katumi, and the message is Cloak of Wisdom. You are already wearing it, you already have it on. And the prayer that goes with it is you already know the answers you seek. Trust what you know. So, what does all this mean and how does all this apply? Well, we can sit in a soup of confusion, but the clear and simple message here today is that knowledge is what we learn about things, what we learn about people, what we learn about our journey, what we learn from books, what we learn from schools, what we learn from courses. That's all knowledge. Wisdom, however, is remembered. And right now, according to this card and the message that goes with it, you are in the cloak of wisdom. And Katumi, pronounced Kuthumi, is a master, an ascended master, who appears in this photo to be adorned in rather lovely clothing. His teachings were born and brought into the Western civilization by a woman by the name of Madame Blavatsky. And this is going back into the 19th century. There's a lot of different theories about who he was, what he was. Many people thought that he was kind of like what they would call in India a rishi. That's a wandering wise person, a prophet type of person. He walked around with very few possessions, and like many, I would say, human prophets, because this person, Katumi, was actually a person that ascended into becoming a master. But many that have walked the earth and have somewhat taught, as Jesus did, and others who've come with a message and a purpose and followed light and spread that out and brought people to a place of understanding or remembering, if you will. There's a calling within all of us. So what this energy is doing and what this message is saying is to go beyond the limits that have been set by you and set by other people, and cultivate a deeper connection to what you believe God is, what you believe the divine is. So the wisdom is what we remember and what we come from. And the only way to really access it, I spoke yesterday briefly about the Akashic records, is through prayer, meditation. Charity brought the message of sit in prayer, sit in contemplation, particularly now when things are shifting and shaping, transforming and changing. It can feel, if you are not grounded and if you're not present and if you're not in yourself confidence, your foundation is being shaken, it can feel chaotic. So the wisdom, the wiseness is to get as simple as possible, to knock out these stories, the fears, the what ifs, the oh my goodness. And at times we can want to express ourselves, share our joys, share our excitement, share all these things. We can want to share all that with others, but then we understand that they have their own stuff that they're also processing and understanding and learning and remembering, and all of that's going on for them. So it might at times seem that nobody is listening to you, or nobody hears you, or nobody has the time for you. And it isn't that they don't care, because that's what we've been taught. Oh, you don't care. You're not listening. Oh, what do you care? You're not even listening to me, because we have devices, because we have distractions. Understood, wherever possible, those of us that are of the light, those of us that come from light, that are here to anchor it, are listening generously to other people. But it's important for us to listen to ourselves. And the way the inner being, the inner part of you, that part of you that came with you from eons and eons and eons, that's never going to leave, connected to your guardian angel, connected to source, connected to grounding, that piece of you that is an extension of all the bigger pieces. That piece of you is where you go to speak out and to talk out and to let out your inner thoughts. I've said before, I learned this from, I think it was Esther Hicks when she was bringing in Abraham. What does my inner being feel about this? What does my inner being know about this? And what does any of that stuff? What does the inner being feel about it, know about it, and want to do about it? Something of those natures, something like that. It's powerful enough to where that wisdom that is within us will come back up and be shown and be revealed. That way, you're not pondering, wondering, fretting, worrying, concerning, because you know we spend years, eons, decades obsessing about what ifs and when and how and who. The questions are ongoing. They come up from when we're little. How does this happen? Who is that person? Why are they doing this? When is this going to be this way? And what happens if so and so and such and such? You know, many of the things, many of the what ifs, and oh my goodness, those stories that are not really true. It's just an idea. It's still a vibrational pull. It's still something that can actually get traction. And typically it happens when we're about to do something big and we're not really sure we should do it. Then you've got that ego that kicks in and said, oh yeah, no, no. Even though the desire is, yeah, go, do it, be fun, be fantastic, you'll love it. That feeling you get, talking about relationships, when that person you've been seeking and wanting to show up, I equate loves of your lives, because you've had many lives and you have many loves and you've had many lovers. It's a bit like a comfy pair of slippers. It's a bit like if you want to be married and you'd like to have a husband or a wife or a partner or a lover or a companion, then betroth yourself. Said that once to somebody and they said, what do you mean? Well, you marry yourself first. You've got that going on. That's happening. You can't really unmarry yourself. You betroth yourself. You know, like lately I've been thinking, okay, I'm open for a life partner. I'm open for someone to come in. I'm open to share myself with another person. No worries. And what does that look like? Well, you just betroth yourself. You just imagine and attract, put the ring on your finger. Act like there's somebody going to be moving in. Act like there's somebody going to be showing up. And then you send that out. That's the kind of knowing. That's the knowledge. You know that that's what you need to be doing. You know that that's what you've got to be doing. The wisdom comes from remembering that it's possible to do it. This is where you get tripped up. So busy listening to the what ifs and the hows and the whys and the whos. All right, my friends, I'm going to read from Melody Beattie, and then I'm going to lead you, invite you to meditate, and then I think the spirits want to come, but that's another video. I think that's how I'm going to do it. I think that works better for me. All right, we're on the 6th of November. We're moving right along. I can't believe we're nearly all the way through this book, and now I'm wondering, what will I start with in January? May start all over again. You never know. Value each moment. How often we wait for those grand moments of revelation, those intense times that blast us into transformation, those turning points that forever change us and our lives. Those are the dramatic moments we write about, these see in movies and long for in our lives. Yes. Wait, hang on. Got to turn the page, sorry. Yes, they are wonderful. But turning points such as these happen only a couple of times in a movie and a few times in a lifetime. Each moment of each day in our lives is a valuable turning point, an important part of the spiritual growth, an important scene in the movie of our lives. Each feeling is important: boredom, fear, hate, love, despair, excitement. Each action we take has value. An act of love, an act of healing. Each word we speak, each word we hear, each scene we allow ourselves to see, and each scenario we participate in changes us. Trust and value each moment of your life. Let it be important. It is a turning point. It is a spiritual experience. Oof. I don't know, I felt that. And then you put Kutumi with it. You add the cloak of wisdom. And the cloak of wisdom would be, no, you already know the answer that you want, which is to value every moment, to cherish it. And I can't say enough about how, I'm looking for a bookmark, sorry. I can't say enough about how all of a sudden, poof, I'm going to use this bookmark. I rather like this one, Tree of Life. How life just goes boom like this, quick, gone, in a flash, in an instant. It's finished. You're done. And we never know when that's going to happen. Now, I don't want to be morbid or get all kind of melancholy here or cause people to reach for the tissues. I'm just saying that we just have to, at least for me, I can't say for you, I now believe in my wisdom through doing this work that hate is as strong a word as love. Fear is as strong a word as love. And it all sorts of bounces back up. One side is love. My beautiful best friend yesterday presented me with a gift. And it simply was this fantastic carved word in wood, love. And I sat with it and I held it afterwards, and I just looked at it thinking, this is really it. This is love is at the top of the emotional consciousness scale. It's way up there. And when we come from that space, when we operate from that space, there is nothing ultimately like it, nothing ultimately beyond it. However, we spend a lifetime gurgling and working in anything but that. It is so important to find your way to it. And I think what I've learned in my wisdom is that operating from that platform and that space of love and that platform and that space of possibility is really a lot simpler and a whole lot less stressful than the other stuff. It's so odd. It really truly is to arrive at a place where, you know, I think it was the Beatles or somebody said all you need is love. I mean, it was like that record should be like, well, that's really all you need. And then that song by John Lennon, oddly enough, just imagine what the world would be like if we didn't have all these chaotic things happening. All right, my friends, what you can do right now, before we say cheerio, is sit quietly, put your eyes down, palms up, and breathe. Listen to the incredible breath that comes into your body and leaves your body, and then that brilliance that your body is, and imagine every single cell of your body stimulated, being alive with health and vibrancy, and see yourself healthy, vibrant, big old smile on your face, like nothing could worry you. And if there is something on your mind that's going to end up in your heart, just think of sitting at a table that's filled with light people, that's filled with loving people, that's filled with people who want to support you and take your burdens from you. And imagine that that light comes down in through you and you just let it go. Spiritually flush it out down into your feet. All right, my friends, until next time, lots of love. Bye.